So Mike Thompson is going to be our third speaker, and Mike is very passionate about empowering the world through maps. So he's going to talk about how can we use maps to speak to and shape the story of our place. Please help me welcome Mike.
You know, until recently, we had a big problem. If we wanted to speak and talk about the story of our community and shape our community, one of the most powerful tools for doing that was not available to us. Now, there's many different ways to speak. You can speak on air. You can speak through the page. And you can speak with a map. Can maps speak? Take a look at these two communities, the one on your left and the one on your right. Which one would you prefer to live in, to be a part of? Wow, the one on the right, it has an open area and a park and ball diamonds and trails, all sorts of things to be healthy. Looks like a great place, and it is. But so is the one on the left, because they're the same. Only the maps are different. So what is shown on the map and how it is shown speaks loudly about the community that is depicted on the map. So maps speak. What's the problem? Well, the problem is that up until recently, there's always been a gatekeeper. There was a producer that determined what was said on air. There was an editor that could determine what was said on the page. And there was a cartographer that said what was put on the map. But we've made a lot of progress. Don't like the way your local event is getting covered on air? You can make a YouTube video about it. Don't like what is being written about our community? You can edit the Wikipedia article about it. And now, there's a way for you and I to speak about our community through maps. It's called OpenStreetMap, and it's a map that anyone can edit. It's like Wikipedia for maps. It's fun and easy. Just get out and explore our community. You can do this the high-tech way with a GPS or a smartphone, or just a notepad and write down what you see. And then there's an easy-to-use online editor you can use and enter this information. And within moments, what you have spoken is available to be heard around the world. So maps speak. You can use OpenStreetMap to speak about our community. How do you tell a story that shapes our community? Hopefully it's a Goldilocks story, just right. Well, I reached out to people around the country and asked them how they were using OpenStreetMap in their communities to speak about their communities, to shape their communities. Paul Johnson from Tulsa wrote, "I'm putting data into OpenStreetMap to improve the visibility and usability of a combination of Tulsa's bike and mass transit system, probably to promote health." A little bit closer to home, Sean Gillies said, "I started to work on cycling data to make the directions better in Fort Collins. Originally, OpenStreetMap was sending me down Prospect Road. It said, technically not forbidden, but not safe." So, do you believe that promoting our local homegrown businesses, and there's so many of them, is important? That's a part of our community. Well, it used to be to get your business on the map, you had to be a politician. And that's how Ted was a state legislator. That's why it's on the map. It's not why it's called Ted's Place. But here's what I did. This is where I buy my coffee. And I love the coffee, so I put the business on the map. So I'm saying, this is a great local business, and here's how you find it. Do you think public art is important? When I was visiting Chris and Diana the other day, I was walking down Mason Street and I saw this sculpture and that's beautiful. I put it on the map, so now it's there for other people to more easily discover. A user to OpenStreetMap named Foco Ryan, I've never met him or her, put this monument on the map. I've been to Spring Creek Park hundreds of times. I've never stopped to look at it. And I saw it on the map. Like, I'm going to go take a look at it. I took this picture. It's called On Broad Shoulders, and it honors our veterans here on the week after Veterans or Memorial Day. And you can use maps to speak about things that don't yet exist that you'd like to see in our community. Clifford Snow from Washington State sent me this message. I moved to Mount Vernon. One of the things I missed most was walking. So I mapped every single sidewalk in the city. I'm going to use it to show City Council where sidewalks are scarce. And you could use maps to create a reputation for all of us to live up to. What does it say when you have a beautiful map of a beautiful community? It says this is a wonderful place. Let's keep it that way and let's build upon that. What does a full map say versus an empty map? And maps just aren't for telling stories. It's also a way for you to hear the stories that others are telling in OpenStreetMap, what they thought was important about our community. So maps speak. You can speak with OpenStreetMap about our community, about stories and shaping our community. Is anyone going to hear you? Well, you might be thinking that OpenStreetMap's a small, regional, obscure project. And in fact, as this slide shows, it has worldwide data. And if I could scroll this up, you see there's even data in Antarctica. In fact, there's 288 million different things that people just like yourselves have mapped in OpenStreetMap, like public art, like local businesses, like ballparks, like hiking trails, like public transit systems. And when you choose to speak about our community through OpenStreetMap, you'll be joining another community, a community of 2.1 million people from around the world who have made that same choice. And you'll be heard because OpenStreetMap is used by many prominent websites, such as Craigslist, geocaching.com, the Financial Times, probably not likely to do an article on 4 columns, but you never know, Foursquare, Pinterest, the Washington Post, and the navigation app Scobbler, and many more. So maps speak. You can speak with OpenStreetMap about our community, to tell a story, to shape our community, and you will be heard. So join me in speaking about our community with maps using OpenStreetMap.